Great question. If you talk about decision making, why I changed my career even after 23 years, I would say there are four things which I made myself clear about. Because my decision making is the one which is going to determine what actions that I'm going to take, and action is going to determine what results I'm going to get. My decision making is based on these four things. Number one, I'm always in a position to think big. What is the best thing outside there? What is the best opportunity outside there? So that made me to think in that way. This is the biggest one. Which is the best one I can do in my life. Live the life of what I'm after. So I always develop that kind of attitude. Number two is I always get to know what I don't know. Most of the people live in a certain kind of situations, a certain life, comfortable life. They always know what they do. But myself always develop that kind of habit. It's my second nature, knowing what I don't know. If I don't know certain things, if it aligns with me and if it is going to give a benefit into my life, I will get to know what I don't know. The means of that, I'm embracing the uncertainty, embracing the unknown. Most of them living with fear of embracing the uncertainty, unknown. If they think from that point of view, they will not execute, they will not act accordingly. Because if they have the fear of embracing the uncertainty, they won't take certain actions that they always hope, wish for, or they try. They don't do with the certainty. Whereas I develop the kind of certainty, instead of the fear, I have the fear, but I push through it to do with my fullest potential. 3. I have a very strong compelling reason. If you don't have a reason, there is no driving force, no pushing force. But I have a very strong compelling reason. And for that reason, I jump all in, going all in with no matter what mentality, and by whatever it takes, I execute it. So number 4, the fear of consequences. If I don't do it now, knowing it is going to level up my life, it will raise up my standard of life, it make me to live the life of what I'm after rather than dwelling in the same situation now for myself and also for my generations. And knowing that, if I apply that kind of action with complete certainty and knowing that if I don't do it, what will be the consequence? What happens if I don't do it now? If I don't take action now, what kind of life I end up in living after 10 years, after 20 years? Is picturize, imagine it myself, the consequence of not doing it. I develop that kind of fear of if I don't do it now, my life is not going to change. Not only going to affect me, but also my generations. So in that way, when I develop that kind of fear of consequences, I do not end up being selfish. Most of them, they don't do it by being selfish. They limit themselves. They block themselves. Because I just push through that fear of, I unlock myself, I unleash myself, execute it. Now, I made my decision to change my career, which I was doing for the past 23 years. And the means of that, I am progressing. I already achieved my time freedom and I am progressing towards living the life of what I am after, as you all may know now. By now. At the same time, I'm getting fulfilled every single day by helping other people or other parents or other families who has a top priority of living their freedom of life.